Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Heather, I'm the Bent Yogi. This is a full-length 60-minute class that I taught to my Sanctuary Power Yoga members from my home studio. It's a flow, it's 60 minutes, it's a great class. We're going to get started in Child's Pose. Come onto your mat. Find your Child's Pose. And just begin to take a couple of deep breaths. Take a long inhale. And a long exhale. Coming onto your mat, coming into your Child's Pose. Beginning to feel your breath, beginning to feel your body. And maybe you've already been feeling your breath and feeling your body, but when you get on your mat and you start your practice, you have the chance to feel your breath and feel your body in a different way. Maybe even shift the way you feel about your body. Really feeling that your body has brought you to this point. Right? Today, this moment on your mat, even coming into a child's pose, which we so often use as a resting pose. There's a whole lot going on in your body when you're in child's pose. Your joints are moving in so many different ways. The ability to take a really deep and intentional breath in and a full intentional breath out. It's pretty cool, pretty powerful. So go ahead, take another deep breath in. And a long breath out. And come on up to your tabletop, your hands and knees. Set your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Spread your fingers really wide here. Low belly draws in and up. Extend your right arm lifted straight out in front of you. Extend your left leg lifted straight back behind you. If you want to touch your left toes down, you can touch your left toes down. Gaze can be down or forward. If your gaze is down, you can really feel for lengthening from your tailbone right up and out to the crown of your head. And as you extend the arm and the leg, you can feel for lengthening from the tips of your right fingers all the way out through your left foot. Take a deep breath in here. Come on back to your tabletop, reset, and set it up on the other side. Left arm extends lifted forward, right leg extends lifted back behind you. Drishti can help a lot with balance here. And finding just the right place for your hand, for your knee, that helps a lot with balance. So you might explore it a little bit. Belly drawing in and up, connecting into your center, and then extend out. Little more lift, little more reach. Take a big inhale. Come back to your tabletop and move through a couple of cat-cows. On your inhale, lifting your gaze and your tailbone, and as you exhale, rounding your spine, pulling your belly button up towards your spine. Right, taking your time, feeling your breath, feeling the movement in your spine. Again, not a big deal, right? It doesn't feel like a big deal, but all the movement that happens and all the things that we don't have to think about in this simple movement. When you're ready, come back to a neutral spine, tuck your toes under, and come on into your downward facing dog, or come back to your child's pose. As you come into your downward dog, you can set your gaze to one point, maybe close your eyes. Really feeling this body, this practice. And as you come into this breath, just where you put your hands, just where you put your feet, you might have to explore it a little bit. It might be different than what you expect. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. If you want to add in some movement in your downward dog here, you can. Maybe bending one knee or moving your head around a little bit. Especially the first few moments of our practice. It is this practice of coming into our body and just beginning to loosen up. Our body awakening, our energy awakening. Creating a little bit of space from all the stuff that we have going on in our lives. Loosening the hold that stuff has on us. And it's usually really noticeable in the first few moments of your practice, but the whole practice is this process of loosening up and opening up and even lightening up. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Take another big inhale here. As you exhale lightly, step or jump to the front edge of your mat. Come on into your flat back, your halfway lift. And take a couple of breaths here. Really letting your spine lengthen. Low belly draws it up. Hands can be on your mat. Hands can be on your shins. You can let your hands dangle. Let it be about feeling your feet, the stability of your foundation, feeling your breath, and then feeling how much length you have available in your spine. So really balancing out all the time that we spend kind of hunched over, whether we're driving or at a computer, even just looking at our phones. A little bit of a lift to your chest and to your heart. Even as you feel your feet, you can soften your toes here. Take a deep breath in, fold forward, exhale. Connect into your feet, and with soft knees, come on up to stand. Come all the way up, reach your hands high. You can look up, go back. Draw your hands to your heart. Set your gaze, lower your gaze or close your eyes. Pause for a moment. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice today, you can. You might simply feel the intention in showing up for yourself, showing up for each other. And together, let's take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And press your palms together, open your eyes if they're closed. Inhale, reach your hands high, fold forward, exhale. Find your halfway lift, inhale. Bring your hands to your mat. Step back to your high push-up, high plank. Pausing here, knees lifted or lowered, low belly draws it up. Gaze can be forward, but forward and down. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, shift forward, lower halfway down. Low push-up, chaturanga. You can drop your knees or come all the way down. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Maybe a cobra or a low cobra here. Exhaling, back to your downward dog or your child's pose. Take a long breath in and a long breath out. Take a big inhale and a full exhale. Take another deep breath in, fill up. Exhale lightly, step or jump to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, come on up to stand, hands reach high, heart lifts. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands to your mat. High push-up to low push-up, exhale. You can come all the way down or drop your knees. Upward dog, a big breath in. Downward dog, breath out. You can always add in variations. Give yourself some room to explore today. That can be part of the process of loosening up your expectations, even your limitations for yourself. Take a long inhale. Then a big exhale. Take another deep breath in here. Exhale, step or jump to the front. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, come on up to stand from the ground, rise up. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands to your mat, high push-up to low push-up, exhale. You can step or jump back. Upward dog, a big breath in. Downward dog, breath out. Take a big inhale. Then a full exhale. A deep breath in, fill up. And a long breath out, empty out. Once more, take a big inhale. Exhale, walk or jump to the front. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Rise up, reach up, lift up. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga, low push-up, step or jump back. Upward dog, take a big breath in. Downward dog, breath out. Nice, everyone. Set your gaze. You can close your eyes. Downward dog or child's pose. Big breath in. Full breath out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take a big inhale here. Now as you exhale, step or jump your feet to the outsides of your hands, little surprise, and come on down into your squat, Navasana. So you can be higher, right? Rest your elbows on your thighs if that works. You can get low, maybe sit on a prop if you have a block handy. You might have your feet flat or maybe you're on the balls of your feet. You can draw your hands towards your heart here. So you create this space where you can open your chest and open your heart, opening your hips. Crown of the head reaches straight up to the sky. Roll your shoulders back. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. Breathe in and breathe out. Steady connection with your breath. Let your left hand extend out beyond your left big toe. So your arm presses into the inside of the leg. And then take your right arm up and back. A little bit of a spiral. You can look towards the right hand. Watch out for your shoulders rounding forward. Let your shoulders roll back here. Take a deep breath in. And then switch it up. Right hand out beyond your right big toe. Right arm presses into the right leg. Left arm comes up to the sky. Not really pushing or forcing to open the right arm to the right leg, just feeling that connection and how you can use the connection. Being connected in your body, being fully in your body, space becomes available and you don't have to push or force. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, left hand comes down. Lift your hips, walk your feet closer together or to touch, and rise to stand. Come on up. I'm gonna fix my pants. Reach your hands up. Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit down. Hands can be higher at your heart. You can bring your hands to your hips. Feet together or apart. Take a big inhale. And a long exhale. Being in your body, space becomes available in your body. You notice where there's a little more room. Right? It's the same with your thinking mind. Set your intention. Feel your feet. Feel this breath. Space becomes available in your thinking mind. Take a big inhale here. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands to your mat. High push up to low push up, exhale. Upward dog, a big breath in. Downward dog, breath out. Right foot steps forward. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana. Come on up. Set your right foot flat and straight. Back toes point a little bit forward. Deep bend in your front knee. Hands can be higher at your heart here. Take a big inhale and a long exhale. And take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Once more, big inhale, exhale. Hands come down to your mat. High push up to low push up. Upward dog, inhale, downward dog, exhale. Left foot steps forward. Warrior one, back foot spins flat. Come on up. 2 feet on your mat. Feel that, use this. Front foot is flat and straight, front knee tracks over your ankle. There might be some room to even out your hips here. You can bring your left hip back and your right hip forward. And even to take your hands up, right? You don't have to force your arms to lengthen. You don't have to go crazy, spreading your fingers really wide. But you can feel, you can notice if you're kind of half-hearted, if your attention is elsewhere, right? If you can feel your arms and feel the length and the strength, and notice your fingers, connect to your fingers. Take a big inhale here. Exhale, hands come down to your mat. High push up to low push up. Upward dog, take a big breath in. Downward dog, breath out. Downward dog or child's pose. Take a long breath in. And a long breath out. Big inhale. Big exhale. Take another deep breath in here. Exhale lightly. Step or jump to the front. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit down, rise up. Fold forward. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. Chaturanga, low push up. Step or jump back. Upward dog, a big breath in. Downward dog, breath out. Right foot steps forward. Warrior one, back foot flat. Inhale, carries you up. Exhale, hands come down to your mat. High push up to low push up. Upward dog, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Left foot steps forward. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana, rise up. Exhale, hands come back to your mat. High push up to low. Upward dog, Take a breath in, downward dog, breath out. Downward dog or child's pose. Take a couple of breaths here. Take one breath at a time and notice little shifts or maybe big shifts that have already happened, that are happening in your body, in your being, your heart, your mind, your spirit. Take a deep inhale and a long exhale. Another big inhale here. Exhale. Step or jump to the front. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. Utkatasana. Sit down, reach up. Fold forward. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. High push up to low push up. Exhale. Upward dog. A big breath in. Downward dog. Breath out. Right foot steps. Warrior one. Back foot flat. Reach up. Exhale. Hands come to your mat. High push up to low push up. Upward dog. Inhale. Downward dog. Exhale. Left foot steps forward. Warrior one. 2 feet on your mat. Reach your hands high. Exhale. Hands come back down. High push up to low push up. Upward dog. A big breath in. Downward dog. Breath out. Take a full inhale. And a full exhale. Breathe in. And breathe out. Another deep inhale here. Exhale, walk or jump forward. Halfway lift. Inhale, exhale, fold. Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit down. Heart high. Bring your hands to your heart. Feel if you can sit a little bit lower. Keep your chest lifted. Shoulders roll back. Take a deep breath in. Twist to your right. Left elbow towards the outside of your right thigh. You can have your feet together or apart. Feel what works for you. Let your hands come together. And it might be that you press your palms together or make a fist with one or both hands. You can even tense your fingers. And you're lifting your chest up towards your hands rather than bringing your hands down towards your heart. Long spine. Again, this length in your spine. Feel the length in your spine. And breathe into the length of your spine. And then a gentle twist open. You can keep your hands together or you can separate your hands. If you want to come into your side crow here, you can come into your side crow. Take a big breath in, fold forward, exhale. Walk your feet apart, back hips width distance with your peace fingers. Catch hold of your big toes, palms face each other. Halfway lift on your inhale, lengthen and fold as you exhale. You can let your head drop here. If it works better to stay in more of a flat back, you can stay in more of a flat back. But if you can come into this forward fold and let your head drop. Such a simple act to let your head drop, right? It's more about not doing than doing, not holding your head up any longer. And yet it's so challenging for most of us to drop our heads, to drop the stuff in our heads, to do less so we can be more present, more engaged, not just on our mats, but off our mats. Take a big inhale, then a big exhale. Release your toes. Walk your feet a little bit closer together to touch. Hands on your mat. Press into your right foot. Take your left leg to the sky for your standing leg raise, standing leg split. Hands can be on your mat, pretty close to your foot. You can have your hands on a prop. If you want to grab your standing ankle with one or both hands, you can. So there's a lot going on here. There's the balance, standing on one foot, both legs long, taking your legs apart from one another, the forward fold. Don't forget to breathe. Take a big inhale here, then a long exhale. One more big inhale. Lightly drop back to your crescent lunge. Left foot lands. Hands rise up. Come up. Find your footing. Cactus arms, goalpost arms, or goddess arms if you like. Big bend in your elbows. Dip into your front knee. Bring your chest forward. And then lift up. Shoulder blades can squeeze in a little bit. You can have your back knee lifted or you can bring it down for support. Gaze can go up, mindful of your neck. Inhale, come back to center, hands reach high. Open out to your warrior two. Hands front to back or hands to your heart. Really generous with the space between your feet. But as you take up more space, right, as you open up, stay really generous with your breath. Big inhale. Big exhale. And take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let your shoulders soften a bit. Spin your palms to the sky. Take your right hand high. Reverse your warrior. Reach up and go back. Left hand can come to your back leg, across your low back, or around the top of your right thigh. Sink into your front knee, connect through your feet. Take a big inhale here. Exhale. Hands come down to your mat. High push up to low push up. Upward dog. Big breath in. Downward dog. Breath out. Take a full inhale. And a full exhale. Take another deep breath in here. Exhale lightly. Step or jump forward. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. Utkatasana. Sit down. Come up. Fold forward. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. Chaturanga. Low push up. Step or jump back. Upward dog. Big breath in. Downward dog. Breath out. Right foot steps. Warrior one. Come up. Rise up. Open up, warrior two. Take your right hand high, reverse your warrior. Side angle, Suktobata Konasana. Right elbow, right thigh. Left arm reaches up for the sky. Pause here, check in here. You don't have to think about your alignment. Feel your alignment. Feel 2 feet on your mat. Do you feel supported? Do you feel grounded? If you don't, you can adjust your feet, but you can also check in with your thinking mind. When you're distracted, when there's a lot going on in your head, it can feel really unsettling, really unbalancing. Here, extend your top arm forward, lengthening. And then you can slide your bottom hand down inside or outside the front foot. You might add a little bit of space between your feet. Maybe your bottom hand lands on a prop or catches the ankle. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And reach your top arm back up, wrap it around behind your back. Come on into your half bind or your full bind. You can work with your half bind, right elbow on your right thigh, left arm behind your back. You can explore your full bind. Maybe your hands don't quite meet in the full bind. That's okay. You can still explore it. Big breath in. Long breath out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, reach your top arm back up. Let it bring you up to your warrior two. Keep the bend in your front knee. Right hand high, reverse your warrior. Exhale, hands come down to your mat. High push up to low push up. Upward dog. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Once more, deep inhale here. Exhale, step or jump forward. Halfway lift. Inhale, exhale, fold. Utkatasana. Set your feet, big bend to your knees. Bring your hands to your heart. You can have your feet together or apart. Check in with your feet. You can take a look. Let them be even. The toes can be on your mat, but notice if you hang out with your toes. Let there be some space there. Shoulders roll back, heart high, big inhale, twist to your left, right elbow towards the outside of your left thigh. So yeah, you come lower to come into the twist. But if your chest really starts to dip forward, bend your knees, hips low. Lift your chest up, lift your heart up. Take your time with this. If your feet are together, let your legs be together. If your feet are apart, your legs can be an equal distance apart. That's where a block can come in handy. You can put a block between your legs. Now really long spine. Breathe into the length of your spine. Breathe in and up into your chest. And then you can keep your hands together, or you can open up. Right hand reaching for the ground, left hand reaching for the sky. Maybe a side crow here. Big breath in. Long breath out. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you feel the sensations in your body, can you smile? Because you're feeling your body and your body's doing a lot for you. Take a big inhale, fold forward, exhale. Walk your feet apart, back hips width distance once more, and this time slide your hands under your feet, palms up, fingertips towards your heels. Halfway lift on your inhale. It's nice to add in a halfway lift. And then lengthen and fold as you exhale. You might stay in the halfway lift. You might come into a ragdoll. As you put your hands under your feet, maybe it's just fingers under toes. Feeling your breath. Giving your body some time. Not pushing, not forcing. Just giving yourself some time in this pose, some time in this practice. And so you can enjoy the space that's available. Big breath in. Long breath out. And at the space when we're on our mats, we're practicing together. Really nice space to be in. And take your hands out from under your feet. Walk your feet closer together or to touch. Hands on your mat, left foot standing, right leg lifts, standing leg raise, standing leg split. Hands are pretty close to your standing foot. You can bring your hands onto a prop or grab your standing ankle. And my standing leg split doesn't look anything like the ones you see on Instagram or the Yoga Journal magazine. Doesn't have to look a certain way. Right? Feel it in your body. Feel for grounding down, lifting up, opening up. And if you're a little unsteady, that's okay too. You don't have to hang on if you're unsteady. Come out of it and come back to it. Take one more deep breath in here, and then lightly, right foot drops back. Crescent lunge, land your feet, adjust, rise up. Check in with your feet. You can take your front foot a little more forward, maybe to the left. Cactus arms, goddess arms. Shoulders soft, elbows, it's like you're trying to press your elbows back, but then they meet with, it's like you're trying to press your elbows back, but they meet with resistance. So intentionally creating some resistance here. And then lifting up. Lift your chest up, a little bit of a back bend, maybe a big back bend, gaze can go up, back knee lifted or lower. On an inhale, come back to center, hands reach high. Open out to your warrior two. Find your footing, really find your footing in your warrior two. Does where you have your feet right now work for you? Would you benefit from a shorter stance? Would you benefit from a longer stance? Most of the time you don't know until you play around with it. Spin your palms to the sky, take your left hand high, reverse your warrior, reach up and go back. Right hand to your back leg or at your low back, maybe the top of the left thigh. Grounding down so you can lift up, take a big inhale, exhale, hands come down to your mat. High push up to low push up. Upward dog, take a big breath in, downward dog, breath out. Take a full inhale and a big exhale. Take a breath in and a breath out. Once more, deep inhale here. Exhale lightly, step or jump to the front. Halfway lift. Inhale, exhale, fold. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Sit down, come up, fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga, low push-up. Step or jump back. Upward dog, a big breath in. Downward dog, breath out. Left foot steps forward, warrior one, rise up. Open up, warrior two. Take your left hand high, reverse your warrior. Side angle, Suktobata Konasana. Left elbow, left thigh. Right arm reaches up for the sky. You can set your gaze to one point, you can close your eyes. Front foot is flat and straight, tracking your front knee over your front ankle. And you can use this connection, your elbow on your thigh, to lift up, to feel if you can lift up and lengthen up. Big breath in. Long breath out. It is really windy out there. I'm looking out the window. It's really windy. Take your top arm, extend it forward. You can slide your bottom hand down inside or outside the front foot. Even if you slide your bottom hand down, keep this quality of lifting up in your upper body. Let your top shoulder roll back so the front of your body stays open. Your heart stays open. Big breath in. Long breath out. And take your top arm back up. Wrap it around behind your back. Come on into your half bind or explore your full bind. Where is there space? A lot of the times, first we notice the resistance. Can you look for space as it becomes available? Can you give your attention to space? To this space right here, right now. It's a shift. It's a shift in perspective. And breathe in. Breathe out. Reach your top arm back up. Let it bring you up to your warrior two. Dip into your front knee. Left hand high reverse. Exhale, hands come down to your mat. High push up to low push up. Upward dog. Take a big breath in. Downward dog. Breath out. Take a full inhale. And a full exhale. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Once more, deep inhale here. Exhale, step or jump to the front. Halfway lift. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, come on up to stand, hands high, heart lifts. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga, low push up, step or jump back. Upward dog, take a big breath in. Downward dog, breath out. Right foot steps forward, crescent lunge. Come on up, rise up, right foot a little to your right, bring your hands to your heart. Take a big inhale, twist to your right. Left elbow towards the outside of your right thigh. As you come into this twist, you can keep your back knee lifted, or you can bring your back knee down. And either way, you're using your back leg, you're integrating your back leg. Feeling your feet, feeling your breath, rinsing out. And then you can open up. Bottom hand reaches down, top arm reaches high. Left hand can land on your left shoulder if you like. As your right arm reaches up, you can keep it reaching up, or you can wrap it around behind your back. This becomes the start of your bind. Your left arm has to be on the outside of the right leg to find the bind. It can get tricky. Stay with your feet, stay with your breath. And the practice can be really simple. A big breath in and a long breath out. Breathe in. Breathe out. On your next inhale, come up and around to your warrior two. Find your footing. Take your right hand high, reverse your warrior. Go ahead and straighten out your right leg. Reverse triangle. Reach up. With the right hand, reach back. Let your left hand slide down the back leg or come to your low back. And then come through center and come on into your triangle, Trikonasana. Right hand reaches forward and then lands. Left hand can come up to the sky. Your left hand can be on your hip or the arm can come along your left side body. The practice is simple. And a breath in. And a breath out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Only one breath at a time. There's balance, there's intention built into the breath. And it's our thinking minds that make it complicated. There's space. There's so much space when you take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Breathe in and breathe out. Here, let your top arm pull you up to stand. Drop your hands, square your hips forward. Step your back foot in halfway or a third of the way. Adjust your feet, adjust your clothes. Interlace your fingers at your low back. You can add a towel or strap between your hands. Let your knuckles drop down. Lengthen through your arms. A little bit of a back bend here. Lift your chest, lift your heart. Take a full inhale. And then lengthen and fold forward over your right leg. Might be a little rinse for the shoulders or a big rinse for the shoulders. You can have a big or little bend in one or both knees. Here again, the opportunity to fold forward and simply let your head drop. Take a breath in and a breath out. Keep your hands as they are. Shift your gaze to just in front of your right big toe. Soften your right knee a little bit. And then begin to lift your left foot. So it might be that you rest your left big toe on your mat. It's the start of your standing leg raise, the start of your standing leg split. You're beginning. It's okay if you have to touch the left foot down. And I really invite you to try not to bring your hands down, even if it means you don't get that left foot very high, right? If that toe is still touching down. As you begin to lift the left leg, you can begin to lift through your right leg. Use your drishti, use your core, use your breath. All the tools you have available to you here. Take a big inhale. I'm going down. Drop your hands, left foot down beside your right, front of your mat. Halfway lift. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, come on up to stand. Hands reach high, heart lifts. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands to your mat. High push up to low push up, exhale. Upward dog. Take a big breath in. Downward dog. Breath out. Left foot steps forward, crescent lunge. Left foot steps up, hands rise up. Left foot a little to your left. Check in with your foundation. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a big inhale. Twist to your left. Right elbow towards the outside of your left thigh. As you come into this twist with this leg variation, you can bring a little more attention to the big toe side of your left foot and drawing your left knee closer to your center line. Back knee lifted or lowered. Heart stays high. Hands can stay together. They can open up. Right hand can land under your right shoulder. That's a really nice addition for support. Left hand can reach straight up. And then if you want to begin the bind, left arm around behind your back. Right arm has to be on the outside of left leg if you're coming into the bind. And it's a beginning, right? Everything that we do, no matter how long we've been practicing, everything that we do is a beginning. Beginning to feel what's possible. And it's not about the bind, but really about taking care of yourself, about being present, being in a place of balance and ease and joy. Long breath in, long breath out. As you inhale, come up and around to your warrior two. Find your footing. Take your left hand high, reverse your warrior, and straighten out your left leg. Reverse triangle. And really, instead of focusing on trying to straighten your legs, feel if you can lengthen. Feel where and how you can lengthen. Where you can feel space. Come through center and come on into your triangle. Trikonasana, left hand forward, left hand down, right arm up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. And you might adjust where you have your top hand or your bottom hand. You can close your eyes. You can set your gaze. And you can feel where's the best place for your head. Is it better when you look down or look up or somewhere in between? Big breath in. Long breath out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take a big inhale. And a long exhale. And connect into your feet and come on up to stand. And drop your hands, square your hips forward, step your right foot in halfway or a third of the way. Here again, you can interlace your fingers at your low back. You can grab your elbows or work with reverse namaste. Add in a little bit of a back bend. Lift up, big breath in. Fold forward over your left leg as you exhale. Lengthening your legs to your own degree, folding forward to your own degree. You'll notice if you get carried away because usually it's harder to breathe. And it's that simple. Breath in and breath out. And you can notice if you're already anticipating what's coming next. Just for another breath or two. Take advantage of having 2 feet flat on your mat. Can you really feel this? Enjoy this. And let your head drop. Now keeping your hands as they are, set your gaze to just in front of your left big toe. Soften into your left knee so you can begin to lift your right foot. And again, it might be that the right foot just touches down and lifts a couple times, right? Stay with your breath, don't hold your breath. You can begin to lift that right leg higher, use your drishti. You might be able to lift and lengthen through your left leg. It's okay if you're wobbly. That is part of the practice. Right? Not just being able to be graceful in a pose, but to gracefully fall out of a pose, carefully fall out of the pose. Right? So with grace, with care, everything that we do, take a deep breath in, release your hands, right foot down beside your left. Nice work, everyone. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, coming up to stand, hands high, heart lifts, look up, fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale, chaturanga low push-up, step or jump back. Upward dog, take a big breath in, downward dog, breath out. Take a big inhale, and a long exhale. Bring your knees to your mat, come on into your tabletop, extend your right arm forward and your left leg back. Now you can stay here, or you can bend your back knee, reach your hand back, catch the foot, press the foot up and back. Whether you catch the foot or stay with the arm and leg extended, and create the back bend, the space to lift your heart, lift up out of your left shoulder. Take a deep breath in here. Arm goes forward, leg back, extend, pause. Now bring your right hand under your right shoulder, keep your left leg lifted, and open to the left side of your mat. So it's a side plank variation. You can drop the left foot down if you like. Connect through your core. You can stay here. You can bend your left knee and catch your left foot back behind you. So it becomes like a dancer on its side, or like that tabletop back bend that we just did on its side. One more deep breath in here. And then gently release. Come to your tabletop. Pause. Extend your left arm lifted forward and your right leg lifted back. You can stay here. You might have the room to bend the back knee and catch the foot. Sometimes catching the foot is the trickiest piece of the whole thing. If you find yourself struggling in any way, just ease off a little bit. Let yourself come back into balance, come back into a place of good space. Heart lifts, take a deep breath in. Arm goes forward, leg back, pause. Left hand comes under the left shoulder. Open to the right side of your mat. Right arm goes high, right leg can come down or stay lifted. And if you want to add in that variation where you bend the right knee and catch the foot back behind you, almost like a C shape with your body. A couple of deep breaths, unhurried breaths. Take a big inhale and then release. Come to your tabletop, couple of cat-cows on your inhale, lifting your gaze in your tailbone, and as you exhale, rounding your spine. So moving through a couple of these in your own time. And then when you're ready, come to a neutral spine, your downward dog, or your child's pose. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. A big inhale. And a big exhale. Take a deep breath in here. Now as you exhale, step or jump your feet to the outsides of your hands and come back to your Malasana. Again, the option to be higher, you can sit on a prop. This time you can stay here or you can set up for your crow. So if you want to play around with crow, hands on your mat, about shoulder width, bend your elbows, point them straight back. Knees above elbows. And this may be it. Your hands connecting to the ground, your legs connecting to your arms, connect to your breath. You can shift a little bit forward and back, kind of playing around with it. If you want to lift one foot, you can lift one foot. If you want to lift both feet, you can lift both feet. Lift your chest, lift your heart, take a big inhale. Nice and easy. Come on back to your Malasana. Come back to your squat, take a big inhale. Now as you exhale, sit down and come on into your boat pose, Navasana. Bent knees or straight legs. Shoulders roll back, heart high. Hands can hold onto your legs or they can extend forward. Hold here for 10, keep breathing. Deep breath, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower to a hover. Hover your shoulders, hover your feet, look at your toes. Hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to boat. That's a surprise, right? Again, bent knees or straighten your legs. Heart lifts. Here, breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now lower slowly for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hover and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down. Come onto your back. Set your feet flat on your mat. And come on up for your bridge or your wheel. Set your feet. Lift your hips. You can use a prop under your hips. If you're coming up for bridge, hands and arms can be alongside you, or you can interlace your fingers under your low back. And as you lift up, open up, steady, balanced breath. A big inhale and a big exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. You can stay where you are if you're in bridge. If you want to come up for your wheel, you can come up for your wheel. If you want to come down and take rest, you can come down and take rest. Feel what works for you. Keep it simple. A big inhale and a long exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Wherever you are, take another big inhale. Lift up. And then as you exhale, slowly come on down. Come onto your back. Soles of your feet together, knees to the sides for Suktobata Konasana. A deep inhale through your nose. Open your mouth and empty out. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Draw your knees into your chest. And come on into your happy baby. Knees wide. You can grab your feet to the backs of your thighs, long spine. If you want to add in some movement here, you can add in some movement. You can extend one leg or the other or both. Draw your knees into your chest, give them a squeeze. Start to find some forward and back movement. When you're ready, rock forward, plant your hands, and make your way back to your downward facing dog. If you want to add in a vinyasa, you can, or you can just step back. Once you're in your downward dog, feet together, a little bit forward. Reach your right leg high, bend your right knee for your down dog hip opener. You might flip your dog. And come on into your half pigeon. Your right knee forward, left leg long behind you. Whatever little adjustments feel right, you can set up the variation on your back if you like. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Lengthening, folding forward. Feeling that you don't have to hold your head up here. You don't have to force your body to open or relax, right? You don't have to force your thinking mind to stop. You don't have to be forceful with your breath. Right? Really less trying to get something done. More allowing, and keeping it simple. Allowing yourself to feel that you are here, that you are in your body. That you are breathing, energy is moving. And so much has happened since you got onto your mat. So much is happening. Allowing this. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Take a deep breath in. And a full exhale. Set your hands under your shoulders. Come on back to your downward facing dog. Whatever feels good as you come out of your half pigeon on this side. And then go ahead and set it up on the other side. Feet together, left leg high. You can bend your left knee. Maybe you flip your dog. Taking your time. You have the space to take your time. Take a couple breaths. Carefully, gracefully. Right? Full of care, full of grace. As you set yourself up in this pose, as you move through the rest of your practice, as you move through the rest of the day. Big breath in. And a long breath out. And even that, gracefully, carefully. Most of the time when we say, be careful, it's like, be careful, don't get hurt, right? But to be careful, to be full of care, to be graceful, full of grace. We already are. Simply allowing ourselves to feel this. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Take a deep breath in here. And a long exhale. From here, gently come on up. Sweep your back leg forward. Lie down on your back. You can move through a downward dog or vinyasa or whatever transition works for you as you come onto your back. Once you're on your back, draw your knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. Drop your knees over to your right for your twist, any variation of the twist that you like here. We spend a lot of time trying to get back into balance. Come through center and drop your knees to the other side. Right, trying, doing. And here on your mat, come on back to center, especially at this point in your practice. You don't have to try to do anything. Set yourself up for your Shavasana. Legs out or up, or another variation that works for your body. Stay connected with your breath, let it soften. And simply allow yourself to be here, full of care, full of grace. Take a breath in. And a breath out. on your fingers and toes. Bring some gentle movement back to your body. Draw your knees to your chest. You can roll to one side and slowly make your way to seated. Setting your gaze, lowering your gaze or closing your eyes, hands at your heart. Together, let's take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Drawing your thumbs to your forehead, to your third eye center. Together we say, Namaste. Thanks everyone. Thanks for joining me. I'm Heather. I'm the Bent Yogi. I hope you enjoyed this class. For more full-length classes, visit my studio website, sanctuarypoweryoga.com, or check out my Patreon page, which is also the Bent Yogi. There, for as little as $5 a month, you have access to full-length classes and other great exclusive content. Thanks for joining me today. Please take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I'll see you on your mat.